All right, so we're going to set up on Coordination Network, which is Coordination Network .xyz.
No, no. Just coordination.network. Very streamlined, Well, the website is coordination.network. If you type that into your DNS, you go straight.
Did I spell it wrong?
Yeah, it's coordination.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Amber, can you give those birds a pile?
Maybe see. Pardon?
I got a little Tweety bird.
I think Steve Howe. See if you can get him with Steve Howe. Otherwise, I'll have to look it up on my end.
Okay, sorry, I was putting my earphones in. What'd you say? Are you there?
Yeah. Can you click see how to see if we can log you in? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to look in my DMs because it might be. I don't think Martin has. I think it's Alpha. I don't think Martin has it.
Yeah. The last time I tried to get in,
Oh, it's this. Okay, one sec.
I couldn't. I just got. They put me on the list, but I haven't seen the other side yet.
Let me see how I got in.
By the way, I mean, I had a conversation with.
Okay, I think I have it.
Okay.
But you're not going to want to share your screen yet.
Okay.
I don't think he wants us to record it. So let's see. I'm going to test it first.
You can put it in the Google chat. It's not sharing. I don't think.
Yeah. This is the entrance. So, but you're going to have to still turn off your screen because then you're going to look right.
Okay, I stopped it.
Right. Okay, please don't share this.
Roger that.
Yeah, and then when you log in, I think it will then take you to a different URL. I'm going to check that right now.
My name. Okay, it has sent me a confirmation. And
Okay.
stand by. I'm just checking the email now. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. So verified.
What's up?
So I got an email and verified it, but it Brave. Brave keeps freezing on me, but yeah. So I've been having a little bit of trouble with Brave on this Linux. Nothing I can't. Nothing I can't handle at the moment.
All right.
Sorry.
But it did send you that verified email. That's good.
It's working. I'm just taking a minute because Brave froze and I had to start it over. Sweet Lord.
I'm in. I'm in. So yeah, you should be fine when you actually get into the page. It removes the sign in thing. So once you're in, you can reshare your screen and just test it out. It just shares
Okay.
the app.word.dev. That's all it shares. It doesn't share the rest of it. So the stuff after app.word.dev, that's the stuff that you want to make sure you don't record. Don't
Okay,
save.
I'm not. Do you want me to stop recording? I'm in.
Well, I've been looking because I've been pardon me. You're not sharing your screen, so you're good. Yeah, so you're in now.
Yeah.
You're into the main program, and you don't see
Yeah.
anything after what I just said there in your display. You don't see anything after word.dev. You don't see anything like slash something or other. Or do you?
It says welcome back, Baba. Create skill, request a skill, and then it has skills.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the DNS. That's the thing that's we got to keep redacted. So in the DNS, so in your browser on the top there, where it says it should just say app.core.dev and it shouldn't say anything else. So it shouldn't say app.core.dev / anything really. Does it say anything?
No.
Great. Okay, please share your screen then. That was what was confidential. The shit that was after.
Okay.
For my French. Yeah.
Got it. Let me
Woohoo. Here we are. All right. This is cool. I'm glad you're able to get in. Welcome back. I guess we should create a new skill. I don't know. Make a new skill. I guess it's called a skill.
What skill do we want to create?
With skill, we just want a white page we want to do boarding. We just want a whiteboard right now. Yeah, we did a mural board. It might be called a skill. Let's see what this is. Well, let's call the name of your. Let's just call this the name of your house or your company. Whatever. I guess we're doing on hats. We want to cover in hats. However you want to frame that. And we're trying to get away from the idea of straight up companies and go to the idea of a network of agreements. And occasionally that network of agreements you can package into companies, but there's many agreements we do with each other that are not companies. So we should think that a vast majority of the network of agreements in this Cartesian pattern that we're doing ultimately will be, yeah.
Oh, looks like Brave crapped itself again.
Uh-oh. Well, it might be too powerful of a program for your computer's capacity. I'm suspecting that might be the case. Because if you're already having issues with your straight up browser usage, this will take quite a bit of memory.
Okay, let's try
So you
one
might
more
not have
time.
the computer. Okay. You might not have a computer that can do it.
Call it a launcher.
Cool. That's
How
a good
about
idea. Yeah.
Build?
I think I once called you just launch, just straight up. It'd be short. I think I just called you launch. So yeah. Sure. You see what it does?
Okay.
Yep. All right, good. I guess he calls it a skill. So now we have to figure out how to just make it a little new sticky. And then you can write out that text there. And so let's just do, all we need to figure out is do a sticky and text, whatever this thing's version of it is. So we already know that he's saying skill. Because this is the AI thing. Yeah? So he's saying skill. We might have to do some sleuthing, some translation here. But that's what we want. We want what we had on the mirror board. If you have the mirror board visually, you can look at that. We want to do that. We want to replace that
Okay.
here. And I think that'll be good for the day. And then we can chat with Martin. You'll see the project. And so I think you can move the needle forward with him then.
Okay. Let me log into Mural over here. Maybe I'll make this.
All right, what do we got here? Oh. Well, hopefully that's the thing. I think you should cut out. I think it's just you don't have enough RAM. How much RAM do you got on that? Up to the top. Do you know how much RAM you have?
Yeah. Brave crapped itself. So I probably.
That's okay. So are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Look up how much RAM you got.
Do you know what I typed to find the
If
RAM?
you don't know, I don't. So
Okay.
Can you go to ChatGPT or something? Can you go to one of the AIs and ask them?
Yeah.
The sort of AI.
Absolutely.
And that's good. I think that's good to record this as well. That's it makes command line interface actually accessible to everyone. If they know, they can just ask their AI, tell what command line to put in for an Ubuntu terminal. That's a, just say Ubuntu terminal. And so, yeah, so if you can share that with on that. So can you open up Brave and go to your AI and ask it what command? Oh, you did it offline? Okay. All right, whatever. We'll still listening. That's the way to do it. Okay, so you got 11. What? We got
Go to
10.
where?
What are you using 10? It's fine. You're using, wait, that's just on your, yeah, you have less than a gig available. So yeah, it looks like you got a 4 gig system. Anyway, you've got less than a gig available. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to run. I think so. What you should do is you should just do the coordination.network tab. That's it. But if you want to look at them, go to the mural tab, maybe take a picture of it,
Yeah.
and then have just the coordination.network tab. Once it loads up, what we're doing with it, your computer should be able to handle it. But if it still crashes, then okay, we'll figure it out. But
Yeah. No problem.
right.
I can, looking for. Just give me 1 second. I think it's probably the Google, the video chat.
Oh yeah, you can't turn that off though.
Yeah. See that servers.
Hold on, my brother.
That's it.
Amber.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Were you kind of hoping?
Where did we? Okay, I'm just gonna shut down Claude. I got ChatGPT open. All these guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.
With Allison?
Yeah.
She did?
Everybody will probably do it.
Well, yeah. I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna love the problem.
What?
I'm gonna love the
Do you know where? I know I put that Miro somewhere in a chat. Here it is. Because I'm like logging into.
I guess you want to keep. I'm sorry. Procedurally. Yeah, your actual launcher.
Okay, I'm coming back for the win. Shutting off Telegram. Okay, you little bastard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You do what you need to do. So you don't max out on.
Yeah, I'll just take a picture. Right?
Sure, that's definitely the lowest overhead.
Okay. Yeah, so I shut down a bunch of things. Let's see if we can get Brave back. Okay. Okay. Well, here we are. So
Yeah,
can you see
yeah.
that?
Yep.
Okay. Oh God.
You can probably paste that directly into this app. I don't know if it
It's
has
a
that
different
capacity, but-
browser. It's a different browser.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's all
I'm
good.
thinking just the screenshot. You just take the screenshot and then you paste the screenshot into the coordination.network app itself. I don't know if it takes.
I took a picture. I can close it.
Yeah.
It's all good. But I just wanted, for context, for people to see what we're doing, which is we're
Oh yeah. Well,
transposing this mind map into an AI coordination DAP. Right?
that's right. So,
Okay.
and the mind map, the way we're doing the mind map is that each node in the mind map, or whatever you call them, I don't know the mind map jargon, but anyway, each sticky and the mind map is a prompt to an LLM. So we'll write it as prompt to an LLM. That's the insight. So that's so that's what we did. The original one was just pretending like it was a prompt to an LLM using Mirrorboard, which is just a normal whiteboarding session tooling system, and then and like ideating system. Anyway, look up Mirrorboard to kind of get what that is. But we're just using it that the text we're writing in it is imagining like we're talking to an AI. So again, you don't need to actually have an AI system to do this kind of thing. You just always imagine you can just talk to someone and it'll answer you, because we can do that now. And so this program coordination.network. To me, I love it because it's like a low code. If you look at Node-RED is a JavaScript kind of look it up. It's JavaScript, but it's JavaScript being low code, so it's a decision tree, and that's how it lowers the amount of code but still provides code. So through a decision tree, it creates a Turing complete programming language, but all you just do is connect nodes in this tree, and so people that understand decision trees, this is no code. Right? It's a little bit of coding. A lot of people don't understand decision trees too. Those people at least can engage. That's called Node-RED. That's been around a long time. So this coordination on networks is a, I don't know if Martin is the inventor of it. If he was inspired by Node-RED, I haven't spoken with him about that. But we do have a few talks on the lex.clinic site. When at Zoo Village, he and I had an interview about this technology. Good one to look at. So YouTube, lex.clinic. But it's a low code like Node-RED programming language, but it's not a programming language that compiles with a normal compiler. It compiles with interprets. It doesn't do either one of those with a normal just deterministic system. It's using this statistical version of it that's an LLM. And oh yeah, there you go on the notes. Anyway, so that's what's so cool about it. Is it's like Node-RED, but it's on top of one of these like ChatGPTs. And I said one of these like ChatGPT because you can switch out different LLM um, uh, systems. It's just APIs. It's that's why this is a programming language to me, because you can actually when we make these artifacts here that we're going to do next, which is very similar to mural board, so it's not that big of a stretch, I think, for people that
No,
don't code. Yeah. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering. But you're still saying for recording, so I wanted to get context there. Academic.
Yeah.
Thanks.
cool. You raised your hand.
Oh,
You may tell us more.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so we got the entry form with the Charmverse prompt. I don't know if I'm making the correct bubbles, and I don't really know what edit text, create page, create
You're making
canvas.
bubbles already. That's great. Oh, this is perfect. You figured it out. Great. So all we want to do
Well-
now is just hey. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just talking about the other button, which is over here. It would be entry, right?
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to figure out what we just spoke about. We're doing a decision tree or doing a thought board, whatever whiteboarding session, but recognizing that we're writing it to an AI, so we're not going to write it to the AI this time around. We'll consult with Martin and figure out how to do that. But yeah, right now we're just going to put the text in. But right now, see, the text is like the title. So we don't want the text to be a title. We want the text to be, I want you to make me, so some action, right? So that's why it's a programming language. It's an action, it's a function. So that's what that note is. So you say, and when you chat with an AI, you can think about that. It's the text you're writing now. It's you're not just making some declaration like this guy is blue. You're saying, hey, go do this thing.
Okay,
and you
so
can
I
be
would
abstract as normal text. Yeah.
I would need to send it to my my GitHub.
Well, let's not do that. Let's just act like the AI is this really great AI that we can just give it a descriptive text and it'll generate what we want it to generate. So, right. So that we've got like, okay, I want to have an agreement with a contractor that, and you can, and so that can be the note, right? And so, I think let's look at the mural, because in the mural, I think we split it up where we have general contractor agreements. So we're trying to think about having things be modular and as much of it as generalizable as possible. So in that way, we're thinking more like a computer scientist than a contract drafter. So we're going to create a kind of different number of agreements than we would if we were just making agreements in the completely traditional way. But we still want to think predominantly with I'm making agreements mindset. So I'm making all these agreements between parties. So the parties have all the rights and agreements they need. And we also are making all the property titles, property titles with all the rights and obligations in them as well. From title, and then attach that to the beneficial. We'll say that beneficials. So we've got the agreements and we've got the beneficials. So beneficials, or I'm saying that's all the property law stuff. And the agreements are between two parties or some considerations. And I guess we'll have gifts as well. But that's kind of more on the agreement side. So property law and contract law. Those are the two things we're going to think about. How do we construct this relationship between parties with using those two? And then within that, we can, we want to think about the legal entities, but we also want to know that we're not just doing a legal wrapper. So we're not just pretending like the way a business runs, and it's just like you're actually all in the legal vehicle, like the wrapper, like you're all in that. We'll see this. That was the only solution that prior DAOs could do, because we didn't have this kind of text. So, but now we're able to do it on a per agreement basis. And again, we want to actually be more, if there's something that we can use for multiple needs, then we're going to want to have that be earlier in the tree, in the agreement tree. So for instance, indemnity clauses, that's to do to me, a clause like indemnity clause. Now in this ideation we're doing right now, this is more, I think, for the customer trying to build out a DAO, because we are chatting with BDAO and a couple groups about doing this kind of actual whiteboarding thing with them. So I'm saying to you at this point is more the much more granular level of the structures that we need to make. But yeah, clauses like indemnity clauses that are general, we're gonna want to have those be their own tags. So for this experiment, let's not think about that too much. You don't need to be like every single agreement of rights relationship, but let's do think about that sometime.
So up here on the line with entry agreement and patron agreement would be a clause hat.
Yeah, we can do it. And so I would say indemnity. I would say general indemnity hat. And let's just leave that one there. And let's I changed my mind a little bit talking through it with you, because we want to do more or less that we're legal engineers figuring out all the hats we need to make right now, and we're more a regular client as much as we can be going the first time doing it, and what we expect them to do with one of these whiteboarding sessions. So let's leave out those that much granularity right now. I mean, since we've already thought it up, feel free to keep it here right now. I think it'll be good for Martin to see that. But otherwise, let's stick to the other script, because we're trying to get groups like VDAO to I understand at least what we're doing here.
Yeah. I'm just creating what we already have, which would be like that. Something like that. Plus a treasury. Not sure where that goes. Something like that.
So if you, yes, but when you write indemnification, if I look at indemnification, imagine I'm an AI reading this and trying to do that for you. So you just write the word indemnity. Indemnification, I don't know what to do. But if you write a general indemnification clause that will apply to all of our agreements, you write that instead of just the word indemnification. That's what I'm getting at, right? Like, even more specifically, actually, can you make? Like you're talking to someone and you're ready to all this. Like, yeah, I think it'll help if you write, can you make? You can imagine it's a person reading this. It's like a bureaucrat reading it, doing work for you. I say bureaucrat rather than secretary, because I'm saying that a meme I'm trying to get going is that we think of computers as, we don't ever think of computers as people, but that's what computers were until we made machines that could think for us in that way of thinking. And then people nowadays, if you say a computer is a person, they would just be weird. That person not able to feel emotions, but what's up? So I that's what I'm saying, is that we can do that with bureaucrats too, and with AI. So we'll just have bureaucrats be similar to computers. We won't think of it as an actual person job. We'll see if that stick, that meme. But what do you think? Do you like that meme, or do you think it's mean, the bureaucrats?
I like it. I just forgot to clock into CSU, so I just did that. So I get credit.
Okay, and that's okay to have on your live recording. You just did that. Like, there's no sensitive stuff there.
Oh no. It's just
okay.
No.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that for all the rest now. But that's it. You make general indemnification, I'll apply to overall agreements. Perfect.
Okay. Exactly. So AI prompt would be
what is
make sure and keep the hats secure and look for any mistakes. Something like that. And what do you think?
Well, okay, so I think it's out of scope, because for like, yeah, I think it's out of scope. I get it for what making an entire DAO, but the scope here is just the agreements, just the agreements and the beneficial agreements. So the contractual agreements and the beneficial agreements. That's what we want. So we're only doing agreements here, and we're doing two kinds of agreements. We're doing the beneficial agreements, which is property law, and we're doing the
Okay, thank like a property lawyer
Yeah.
with knowledge of international corporate agreements, compliance, and legalese, and make sure our agreements work not optimized, secure. Mm, what's the word for a positive feedback loop? Like, we want to make sure this is the most efficient.
Well, iterative is what we tend to use in iterative.
Iterative.
That we want. Yeah.
Optimized, secure, iterative, and
Modular. That's.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, modulars. Yeah, modulars definitely.
And beneficial to the client, people, planet, and profit. Okay.
And can you also add well, was it oh it's yes. Some agreements will have versioning. Like the more general the agreement is, like whatever. Some agreements will have versioning. Other agreements will be will have addendums. Yeah, so I would say to me those are two. Yeah, so what I'd like to do here is like let's have this as a different tab actually, and this is being legal engineers is not this being a normal time, but this is fun. So like basically this is the persona that you've made, and our clients shouldn't dictate the persona. But it's great that you thought of this as something that's important because I haven't, and you're right. We want to have a persona, and so this is great. This is totally perfect. This is the persona category. But it's just like when I went, oh yeah, like we can do it on a per clause basis. Recording clause is not recording contract. Come on, we're both driving, so that's awesome. Can we make another sticky for what I'm doing here? Because it is actually different. So what I just said, what I just did that last bit, there's some agreements. If you can just cut that, I'll make another sticky next to, just next to, yeah. Okay, and so then, and then before this, can you write that there are two kinds of agreements. There's contractual agreements and there's beneficial agreements. Contractual agreements are about performances.
About what?
Mainly about performances. Contractual agreements are mainly about performances, and beneficial agreements are mainly about property. Thanks.
How do I spell addendum? Damn it!
There's an extra D there. Double D tab.
I thought so, but it said wrong.
Oh, we're still wrong. Whatever, it'll fix it for us. Still,
Addendum. I think we did it right.
yeah. So maybe it just hasn't refreshed.
Whatever.
Maybe it doesn't like it that's plural. But It's good that it's plural.
So does this go underneath or next to the AI prompt?
I'm
And
not.
do you connect it?
I don't. So neither of these are the. I don't think they need to have a hierarchy. I mean, it's fine for us to do the hierarchy for all organizing. So for me, yeah, next to each other, we're just in a, like a grouping together. I don't think it
Yeah.
matters which is in that way. The ones that matter for organizing are the, like for instance, if it's an addendum, uh, then we're gonna want to have it below the probably we're gonna want to have the addendum below whatever it's at. And
Yeah,
addendum to
you had an addendum somewhere.
I don't know. We haven't done any addendum deals yet because most of our deals are just starting out. But I do want us to think about how we do deals. Like for instance, your contractor deal, that one is an addendum based deal if it all goes well. So we can think about the first agreement as just that one project. So we don't have to generalize because it might not be worth it to generalize. And so we don't want to be like versioning or whatever of this one agreement. It's just one project, and then we can go, oh, all right, we want you to do another project and it's pretty much the same. So we'll just slap an addendum on, or want to do a new project and it's too different, so we'll just do another agreement. And so so what I've known for longer term relationships, that works. It gets the job done, the actual first project done with everyone. They're not trying to get married on the first date, and then it goes well, and then they just add addendums. Yeah.
You don't want to move fast, Kyle? All right. So what is this? Create canvas, create page. Do you know what these do?
No. That's what we're gonna. I think it'll be good just to get Martin in, or in the very least, show him what we've done here, so he gets an understanding of what we're trying to do, and then he can maybe just direct us or what have you. But yeah, let's not think too much about his system, other than just that we've made these stickies, and that some of them we're organizing in a rough hierarchy to help us out a little bit later.
Okay, so this is I'm liking where we're going with this. I'm liking where we're going. I mean, I can smell it. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet, but I can smell it. I can see. I think it's going to be pretty badass. Pardon my
That's
donkey.
Great.
But so how do I communicate about a link, that pointer? That's the hard one.
Link pointer? What's this?
Yeah, the pointer signer link prompt that you said, that you were doing for the clinic. So I assume we need, right? You had the legalese, link, and monies under the patron. So that's.
Yeah, so I don't think we need to represent that here at this point. But
okay.
the big reason why I'm thinking this is a great idea is because that's when right now I know even it's a general AI now can write agreements. They kind of get the point across. So I'm just for receiving a chat GPT to make MOUs that I then pass to our associate, and then he has a good enough understanding that he can then make the proper MOU. So that's been really good. So I can, say just in the big picture, read what it's fleshed out with even just a basic AI now, and then be able to finish it. So it would be really great if it's when it's trained specifically on agreements and such that it might be 90% done, and we can just do little edits. I don't know, because some of it is also, well, that's why, so what I find with one reason MOU is good is because it'll flesh it out, but then I will go in and edit clauses here and there because then it gives the detail and I go, oh no, this, you didn't understand what I meant there, right? But I that's so much faster than doing that with my associate. Yeah. So then when I do all that, then I pass out the associate, and the associate is then can just be really, really good at the law and have those years of experience and know what to add or whatever. But the actual particular fact pattern I want, I clarify that with AI. I like to move really fast. So that's a pattern I think that works well. It's just with ChatGPT. And yeah, we can I think do that a lot better with a different like spell book plugged into this one, for instance. And I don't even Claude's better and actually with Nani. Oh, we use Claude. But then when we train it on the Hatch protocol, and more specifically this pattern, that's the Monties, the links, because we figured out pointers or signer. We'll describe it to some extent, but yeah, links is the best. So great. So we got Monties, which is you're buying your subscription there or whatever. It's where you flow the money through. And for instance, I got good confirmation yesterday that it's important to make that distinction because Mika, we were on a call. Mika, the regulation in Europe. We're on a call about a project in Amsterdam, and it's on a point of sale on the ground. And so we want to sell stuff in this marketplace in Amsterdam and try out how to use point of sale for Ethereum, whatever, right? And they Mika, so you need to have a license that's going to take at least 6 months. And then I went, well, okay, we can use these wristbands to just communicate stuff. It doesn't have to be financial. And they went, yeah, that's true. So that's why it's so important to distinguish bodies, at least with the current regulatory environment, because they are treated by the state, a lot of the states out there, as something that you can go to prison for if you don't get a license. Pretty heavy, but this is the world we're living right now. So that's why it's important to just have Monty's be sequestered as its own thing. So that's why it's its own hat. Then we got the links, which is the real value of hats. A computer science thing is we got an abstract account that we can point all these different apps to. That's the pointer part. And then we can also sign through it. And that's the smart contract, public private key pair, some of that SSH. It's really zero knowledge proof that creates a trustless system. Because not everyone can have all the secrets, so no one can take over the system. So it's way better than proof of work. Proof of stake is no one can have all the secrets. So anyway, so that's underlying in this signature thing. That's why that's pretty cool. But that's why that's
what's it called? Proof of what? Of nothing.
Proof of like no one can have all. No one can be omniscient.
Huh?
No one can be omniscient. There's no omniscience. Environment.
No admissions.
Omniscient, all knowing, all knowing. Yeah. So it's a impossible omniscience system. Like not one party can know everything. I don't know. I'm just ripping right now. I've never heard of this as a proof of something until our conversation right now. There'll be a better meme out of that. But yeah, we'll think of that. There's proof of history. There's proof of work. There's proof of stake. What is this? And it's a proof of an inability for someone to know all the secrets. Damn it, let's sit on that.
Of inability for someone to know all the secrets.
Oh, you're writing this down on like anyway, that's just describing well, that's describing why, yeah, with the links. That's part of what makes it great. Yeah, there's pointers and then there's signatures. Why signatures are great? Well, they're actually as a network effect. The signatures, because it's actually each one of us having a secret that no one else has. Actually, you know what it is? Proof of one-to-one secret critical mass or something like that. Anyway, we're getting too nerdy. The other hat, so there's 3 hats that are in each grouping for a full agreement. The other hat is the legalese hat, and that one is what we normally think of as an agreement. It's text. We're going to have it in JSON, but a person's experience with it is just a normal reading, a normal agreement. And then, for instance, what we can do with that, we want to remember is that Monty's, we were speaking before, Monty's is neutral, but in the hats grouping, as well as the 3 in the grouping, which is an optional one because a lot of times we don't need monies at all. But links we do. We can have agreements where just links and just legalese. Because consideration, giving people access to things, that is consideration. So again, we want to make it. It's important when things are monies because we're going to be on an actual like way more stressful regulatory environment. So we want to have a bunch of legal relationships that don't require monies. So just the first 2, just the legalese and the links. That'll be preferable. And keep the monies at a small number of these groups should have monies really. Which have very few of these groups where the leaves on them, these branches. So groups like a branch or each leaf on the branch, have very few of them are monies. Because it's just that legal complexity. Not the case in somewhere like Prosper, so we can certain whiteboarding sessions not have to have that kind of actually lean in on the monies. But okay, so the legalese, that's legalese. Sorry, I just want to say that legalese again, just emphasizing the legalese is we can say, okay, this monies is information, but this monies is a fee or whatever it is. Right? So we can put that in the legalese. And so that's why we can keep monies neutral without coloration because we use natural language for the coloration. And all the gradient. Okay, so I don't know if that's something we need here, but
Okay. Well,
we got it recorded.
yeah.
Really, I mean, AI at some point is going to be so great. We can do these sessions, and it will build out a lot of it for us. So it's not bad to have this enrich what we do. Because even if humans won't watch it, at some point pretty soon we'll have AI be able to watch it and do actual things.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm catching the vibe. Obviously, we're in like baby steps. So can I hit run or what? Can I push the button? Can I push the button?
No, I don't know what it would do at all. We got to get Martin there. We're not going to be able to generate anything in this session.
Okay.
And actually, so far in the session, we've been doing the legal engineering work. We haven't been doing the normal client work yet. So we haven't done anything yet in this session on what you are, what we were going to show Martin. That's not true. What we're going to show B now. But I think it's really cool for what we're going to show Martin. I'm really expecting from this because we really got into the legal engineering. But especially with those personas, I think that really clarifies what's going on for Martin.
Yeah.
I can stay on a little longer if you want to do the normal client nodes or stickies. Do a little bit more of that. Okay. So let's go. I think it was on the left side that you had those on, the actual agreements. Like I think a good one is the contract agreement you're doing with those guys, right? Because that's happening pretty soon.
Okay.
So
this is. I already put it right here.
So it's making an addendum agreement.
Well, you told me that this was a addendum agreement, so I put that. What you were talking to me, and I was just moving like lightning over here.
Yeah. So this is if you do a second deal with these guys, then you can just do an addendum.
Oh, okay.
Instead of going, okay, let me write an agreement where I can do a bunch of deals with these guys going forward. Instead of doing like a syndication where you're versioning and all that. So like for instance, your general membership, that one will be a versioning one. The indemnification clause that we're doing boilerplate, that one will be a versioning one. I'm guessing. Right? This is a set of stone, but
so we could say
just a one-off job, so they're not confused. It was very clear, it's very concrete, and then but then we can still move fast with them because we can just add addendums. So that was me kind of going and more of as a professor narrative, not the whiteboarding session.
Okay, so I said make me a template for an agreement, and so what we would need to do is check it and then approve it.
Well, yeah, so you don't need a template though,
Okay.
right? You need to do the agreement with these guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? You don't need to be in that.
I'm overcomplicating it.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not entirely because the reason I'm saying academic mode is because you're saying, okay, well, I need to do a template, and that's what I'm saying. Because right now you're actually just going to deal with some guys. But if it's something like the membership agreement or the operating agreement, well then yeah, then or no, even if we're doing a syndication, so we like have a common deal, like we figured out a common deal, then the template's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to just hope I'm saying is just limited to this, and that's what I'm really saying. Is just keep it as limited to this as possible. It's one off, and even to the point where if you want to work with these guys in the future, you can just do an addendum on top. That's why I keep mentioning that. But what I'm trying to say is keep it as a one-off, like specific to this actual matter as possible. That's where I want to move away from how people are thinking about how building DAOs. That all these sessions are about. They're making it more algebraic. So template is algebraic. I'm saying make it being completely arithmetic. So just everything's under fives and X's and Y's.
Roger that. Do you see what I have here? Will this work?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
And then I would say, so on top of that, now we can think, all right, so that's a particular deal for us guys. Now on top of that, there is some generalizable stuff. We know that for the agreement, we probably want the universal indemnity clause that we have before the CAD. And then we also might want a general contractor agreement for this as well. So then we can put above that agreement a general contractor agreement. So I think this is a good example of how this is going to work. And so, we're moving fast. We don't necessarily have to do general agreements, but we're anticipating we're going to want to have general contractors out, and now we're going to want to have general indemnity clauses. So we can create a hierarchy, the starting of a hierarchy with that. So yeah, so above the specific agreement you just did, if you can add it, add a sticky.
Okay, so it's going to need to send an invoice. Well, no, they would need to send us an invoice. So we need the invoicing, the smart invoice.xyz built into this contract. Hey, can you hand me a Stella? A beer? It's freaking hot out here, isn't it? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
I
just with people.
Do what?
Just like by a bar, there's a lot of people having fun. I think it's St. Patrick's Day.
Well, cheers,
Okay,
brother.
yeah, cheers. I should probably sit down again.
You look like you got some Irish in you, especially playing that instrument. Okay, so yeah, I just had the idea, like what the smart invoicing would be cool, but that's just a creative mad scientist.
Yeah, that's yeah. Sure. Okay, so yeah, so what's that? What's this Milani's thing on top? So private membership agreement. Yeah. Okay. So the contract agreement. Let's give it enough space. Okay. Let's make it clear that can you move the ones that are about the persona a bit farther away? So we know that they're not in the tree.
Okay.
Think like a property lawyer, and yeah, remove those more a little bit, like just out of the way, a little bit more to the right. Because we're just going to want to put the contractor agreement next to the member agreement, and there's not enough room for it right now.
Okay. So what should I say?
So just take those two. So you don't need to modify the text down here. Just leave the text, but take the nodes, the stickies, and move the stickies. Both those stickies are over to the right. Yeah, so they're just farther out of the way, and then put that, and then put the contractor agreement on the second. I see it made rows, so on the second row. So next to Monty's, but just far away from Monty's, so we know it's not in the same tree. And then make one above it. I'll make it a sticky above it. And then let's have this one write the prompt for a general contractor agreement. Okay, let's not do the personas each time. So yeah, our system is going to be able to reference that persona every time. And if we want to do different personas, we're going to want to have those personas in the persona section. I think it's really great that you've got the persona section. That's going to be the persona engine. But right now, we're assuming that it's the correct persona, and we're giving it the prompts. Like we have the best AI that we can have. That's the prompt we're doing for it. So not too little information. It's not a magical thing, but it's still a highly competent AI that we're managing.
Okay. 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 So above the contractor agreement, we say to write a contract agreement using best
Actually,
practices.
I wasn't watching you. I didn't realize what you read. So yeah, just exactly. So write a general contract using best practices. Yeah, however you think you would get the right general contract agreement out of it. I would guess best practices for the kind of legal.
Best tie into. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me get the smart invoice. Tie into smart invoice XYZ for invoicing procedures.
Okay,
Something like that.
that makes sense. The way we're thinking about agreements with the money zone, I like that a lot. That's great because then we're going to have the monies, all these different kinds of contract relationships. That'll be in that one note.
Okay.
And so it's a very good intuition. Yeah.
Okay, tie into invoicing for using best practices to protect us from being sued and using jurisdiction of the Honduran ZID. Tying the smart invoice for invoicing procedures and track monies in invoicing software, which people are using that Zudo or Udo. So we're gonna have to give the just say I used county. So mm,
And then let's also, after this, let's talk more about the private or permit the membership agreement. Let's try to flesh out the prompt for that a little bit more. Yeah.
all right. I don't know, something like that. I just got creative with it.
That's good.
But I mean,
It's in the play prompt. You know, we're gonna want to see which AI we can plug into it. We're gonna want this resolution. Doesn't need to be perfect right now. I think you got the idea. So let's go to the
yeah,
private
I
membership
mean,
agreement.
I think basically what we should do is, instead of, because this is the instead of saying udo.com, and it could be a bracket, right, and say accounting,
Or
and
remember, we're asking to you if the legal, we're asking to what legalism we need to provide. So we're not asking to make any programs. We're just asking to make a legalese. So
Yeah.
I'm saying the legalese are gonna have to cover accounting methods, blah, 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 blah. And so we
Yeah.
describe what the mechanics are so that it can write the legalese, yeah. But we're not having it write the mechanics. Eventually we will. That's why I think this is a really good pattern because it's a matter of figuring out, guys system or that's system. But I think it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to have a hat with the dependencies, like a dependency hat, like that has all the API addresses and everything. That's just an idea.
Okay, well that's the links.
You genius. You freaking genius. You already thought of it. Okay, so dependencies, accounting, CRM, invoicing, AI, etc. Go here. Oh yeah. Now I get it. It's pretty cool. Okay. Where next, Captain?
Well, let's do the private membership agreement and let's figure out what the prompt should be for that. Again, doesn't have to be a perfect prompt, but we can test with Martin. Wait.
Yeah, the prompt is going to be so after new stewards sign the private membership agreement and they get access to the reader. They get access to the Charmverse, and they need to be onboarded. So they sign the PMA, and then they need to get onboarded, and they're either a worker steward or like a patron steward, a donor type of thing. Like they're either working and part of the DAO or
You should definitely have the different versions of membership and yeah, definitely different versions of membership. Leader agreement, I think it should be a separate grant.
yeah, so they could be a contractor steward or a and they can buy in that way because some of them take partial payment and partial token. The private membership agreements also going to allow them to potentially donate to the pool, and based on how much they put in, they either get access to the resources, which are the spa, the regenerative spa, the sanctuaries, ceremony, and a launch pad for their own for for benefit project. So it's like a ministry. What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please keep going.
I was just saying it's basically like a ministry. Here's how we're helping people. We're healing people. We got safe, newer earth nodes. I got one in Texas, one in Guatemala. We got business resources for incubation, acceleration, all that with this ecosystem that we're creating, and potentially the ability to do set up pools for funds, and also ceremonies. So and permaculture design for that matter. So it's basically like regenerative services, but as a faith-based organization, 508c1a. So the tell me what you think. I'll stop talking.
I think that you should take that text, or for me, we should remember when this happened in the call, how long we been on the call for. Whatever. If we should probably end the call relatively soon because we've been doing a good chunk of it. And and this is an experiment I think we should do. Is that you should take all of what you just said there and look at the transcript and then copy that transcript from what you just said there into this node here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll see how that works, because that would be really great for the clients. If we just have a conversation with the clients.
Yeah. We just cut and paste.
We help them with nodes. So what we do is we help them figure out, they talk to us. Yeah, they talk to us as they talk to us. And then figure out, okay, this should be this node of a legal agreement, this should be that node of a legal agreement. And that's what we're doing, facilitating it. We're figuring out the nodes here and there. And then we take their transcript and then we copy paste that into the nodes, and then the AI can engage with that, and the AI can also take into a lot of that behavior that I just described there. So that's what I think you should do. You should see how good this AI. That's one experimenter. So it just let me do free flow description of what their business is, like you just did there. How good are they gonna be at capturing that?
Okay. I can do that. I won't get the transcript till we're done, I don't think.
True. Yeah. So that's why I think it's a good experiment.
Okay.
So we got one node that is us describing it, very thoughtfully, like lawyers using a prompt, and another one is us being more clients, and there was also the big picture concept. So we've got different kind of text to play around with now, and we're going to be advocating good of that when we do whiteboarding with the clients. All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think it's a good time to?
No, that's that. I think that was great. I look forward to. I love to build with you, man. I think we have a good brainstorm type of energy going. So
we had some good moments.
I always love that. I always love to bounce my mind off of people that are smarter than I am, because you can reel me in, like I'll throw pie at the sky. It's like whatever pops into my head, because it's just, that's kind of my gift, is like the creative stuff, but I can overcomplicate it, and I really appreciate having you to steer things. So
I appreciate that, but it's the creative spark that's the hard part, and then a lot of it is just spending the time and to get that expertise, but the intuition, that's not really either someone has that capacity or they don't, and you had some really great intuitive moments there. So it was fun. Yeah, thanks.
cool. All right, well, I'm gonna turn it off then, unless you got
right.
something else to add to that. Otherwise, this is the stopping point. How do I add? Could I like add Mondo to this?
Oh, let's not. Let's just have it between us right now, because it's
Oh,
beta. We haven't asked Martin. Let's just ask Martin, but for now, let's not share it with other people. Until Martin says
okay. Do I need to publish to save it?
oh, maybe. Oh, I think that might be so everybody will get to see it. What? Yeah, I think it's a tab. I think that link there is what it is. I think you already have it saved. Maybe can you leave that tab open and ask Martin? You know, 'cause I think publishing is that's a it's public for everybody.
Right. So yeah, I just don't want to lose it.
True. So I think it's already saved. I think it's automatically saved, but why don't you leave it open and ask Martin?
Ask Martin.
Yeah, Martin. He's in our group chat. He's in our group chat about, I think it's about Traverse, or maybe it's about Coordination Network. You're in that group chat. Let me ping you. I'm just looking for it. It's Cosmo Local Space, yeah. Nope. Nope. Wrong one. Too many things.
I don't know.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
We've definitely talked once or twice, at least.
Yeah.
I like him. Chambers.
I don't want to leave those. You know, just I know how to do it.
I don't know. Marine life path.
That's it. I just added these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce.
Okay, buddy.
You good, man?
Okay, I appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right, let's see. Stop presenting. Goodbye, everybody.